Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So last episode we went and built up a little bit of a forge underwater here and got to work on some of the terraforming. Now I think that this looks great. I love this. I might have to trim down the kelp a little bit just so that it's all different heights and not all just going straight up to the surface. And since then I have been over here growing up a little bit more skulk and trying to get a bit more because we only have 16 pieces. That is nowhere near enough to really do anything with. And hello, drown that is coming my way. Ow. Can we hit? There we go. Anyway, so we need a better source of skulk than just killing drowns down here because this is not very much. It's probably only going to take us probably around to where that gravel is, where we have the lamp. So we're going to need more. So I have an idea for that, and I am also going to need a bunch more prismarine for the project I want to do. So that's a trip over to the Guardian farm to get some of that. But let's go take care of the skulk first. The prismarine can wait. So I'm going to head over to where I think we're going to be able to get a bunch of this a bit quicker, and then I will be back. And here we are over at the redstone pit where I think we should be able to get plenty of skulk. I'm going to mine all this stone out anyway, so any holes we get gathering skulk are going to be just fine. You know what, I'm probably going to regret this later, but you know what, we have slime chunks here. We should be able to get some slimes to spawn. Do the whole thing here. Still want to keep that mostly marked out, but we should be able to use some slimes to get skulk going if we can get them to spawn. Also taking out the torches underneath the iron farm, so we should get a few mobs over there, which we can lure over, like that creeper. Come on here. Come on. Alright, guess I'm standing over here for a few hours. Alright, so I have been over here for a little bit. I've got a few skulk catalysts somewhere in here. I think there's one right here. And I've got one over there underneath our iron farm, because we will occasionally get mobs spawning over here. And we've got a little bit of skulk generated, but not a whole lot. Now we do have 2 slime chunks here and here that we can use, and that is most of what I've been using to get this skulk patch here grown. But this area is going to be perfect. I'm going to want to dig this out anyway. But I think we're just going to leave this here for now. We'll gather that up later. Hello, slime. Come here. And we will just go and get this when we need it. We're going to have to get a proper skulk farm going eventually. But for now, I think this should work a little better. Especially because we don't have to really worry about mobs being on the ground here. Because, well, they're always going to be on the ground. So I'm going to head off to go get prismarine before I start finding more stuff around here that I need to fix. Like, fix the water pipes through here. I need to move that snow farm. I need to actually hook up the bee farm there. Yep, nope, we're going. Alright, I'll meet you back over at the berry forest once we're done. Alright, so with a bunch more prismarine gathered, we can now get to work on our project for today, which I think is going to be getting a little bit of a wall in around the area. Now, we're going to be working in an area over here where we're not really going to have a lot of our conduit power, which is going to be a little bit of an issue. But I kind of want to get a wall in, mostly to mark out this area and divide it off a little better between the area we're actually going to be terraforming and the rest of the ocean. If we hop up on this little island here, we should be able to see for a little bit while the night vision wears off. Kind of got a little narrow inlet here that kind of blocks off the area. And over here, we kind of have this point of the island kind of points right over to this side of this peninsula here. So I think we'll probably kind of stretch an arc of wall right through here. And we'll stretch a nice, easy, straight section right through here. Now, one of the first things we want to get in is want to get road marked out. which is just simply going to go right through here. Hello, drown. Go away. Go. And we're just going to build it up with prismarine like we have all the other roads. We're not going to connect it up just yet. I just want to get that in so we can get the gate marked out. Because what I'm thinking that we're going to do is we're just going to stretch a line of prismarine here, almost all the way across, just like that. Put in a row of stone behind it to kind of block off that, because we're not going to see this part. We don't need to use our prismarine for that. And then we'll just put in a few warped stems, either going 2, 3, or 4 blocks tall. I want that one to be a 2. Yeah, 2. And that will just kind of go across here and provide us a nice little wall. Now we are going to go and strip all of these. And you know what? I actually want to take those out. And I want to break this off one block over. And we'll just stick some prismarine bricks in there. Put some warped stems here. We're only going to go up about there for now. That will just help mark out where the gate is going to go. Let's do the same thing on this side. And you know what? I think I want this to be 2 blocks wide. So this wall here is kind of similar to what I did at my end base with the stems and the blocks in front of it. And I think that'll look really nice if we cannot drown because we're too far away from the conduit. Yeah. So now we just need to decorate up this front side here. Get all of these stripped out. And do the same thing here on the back side. Now I've got some other blocks that we can use to decorate with this. We got some more planks here. Maybe we'll mix some of that in with this prismarine. It's looking kind of samey right through here. So maybe we'll try mixing in a little bit of the warp planks. Maybe some prismarine bricks. I think that looks a little better. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm going to play around with that. We just need to get whatever we put on here kind of mirrored on all 4 sides. And so I'm going to go get this half here done, I think. And then I'll be right back. Alright, and there we go. That is now 1/2 of the wall in. I think it looks pretty good. A little less happy with this side here, but we are presumably never going to see that, so I think it'll look alright. Now, as you can see, I did mix in a few other blocks. We got slabs and stairs all along here. We got some fence posts, some walls. I even mixed in some of the skulk veins. I think those look really nice. They work really, really well for kind of darkening up a few patches. And I even got a few trapdoors in here. I think those will work well. They kind of add a little bit more forward, but not really a full stair worth. I think those will look nice. I do have a stripped warp stem here, but I'm not quite sure. It might be a little too light for down here. Also not too sure about that stair there. Might be a little too weird just having that dent. Oh, we'll have to keep it there and look at it some more and see if we like it. But that side done, it's about time we get the other half in. And there we go. We now have both sides of the wall in. And I think that's looking really, really nice. Still do have problems with drowns, but you know, that's gonna happen unless we light this area up fully. But with that, I think we actually need to tear some of this back out. I do love how the wall looks. The conduit dying right past the start of the wall. But unfortunately, this doesn't look quite right as an opening for the gate. So I think we're going to tear out these warped stems here for now to try and see if we can't get this to look a little better. Alright, so for the gate, what I think we're going to do is we are going to actually move our warped stems a bit. So these are actually going to go out here instead. So there'll be one block further out, I think. That. That gives us a bit more space for the inside of our gateway here. Not that we really need a gate because you can just swim right over this thing. But this will just move those out by a bit, giving us a little more depth to the wall. Some more fences along the side here. We'll add a little bit of a variety of color. We only have the two for now, but we need to move this pillar out. We put that in the wrong spot. Now along the sides of the inside of the gateway, we're going to put some prismarine bricks. Those will just help get a little bit of sameness through here. Those will go down through there. We will get rid of that drown that's spinning around. And along the sides here, we will put in some skulk fans, I think. These will just help darken up the prismarine bricks a little bit and give it a little more of a pattern. So far what we have is that. We still need to move the back out by a block. I don't know if we need to actually tear out part of the wall here. We might be able to get away with not doing that by keeping the wall posts here at a diagonal. I'll have to see how that looks once all of this is in. But I think what we'll do for the main shape of the gateway is we'll bring this up by another block before we start closing this up for the tunnel there. Do stairs there to round it off, and then bring this all the way across. We do need to get some more of our fence posts here. Those will go all the way up to the top. And I think that will just go up to there. We do need to get rid of that brick. And just to give this a little bit more height, we'll top that up a half slab. I don't think it'll look good if we put the fences all the way along the top. Then for lighting on that block and that block, we'll go and put some of our soul lanterns. We do need to get our fences up first. So I'm going to go get at least the rest of the tunnel here in, try and get the fence posts that we need in, and then I'll be right back. And there we go. I think that'll do it for the gateway. Not sure, we could probably do to put these pillars up by another block, just to give it a little more height over the top of the roof. And we could probably actually do something up here as well. I don't know if we really should, though. This kind of seems like a nice space to kind of look out if we didn't have the conduit power dying right there. But other than that, I think that this looks really, really nice. Now, one thing I do want to do is I want to kind of mix in a little bit of this oxidized copper in here. I think that'll look really nice. It'll kind of be like when we mix our andesite into our stone bricks. And yeah, I do like how that looks. Gives it a little bit more of a big solid block feel. And I think it'll look really, really nice. Now, we don't have very much of this oxidized copper, so we aren't going to be able to do very much with it right now. But I think once we get a bit more, that will look really, really nice in here. And we still have to do the other side, but I think for now, with just the 6 pieces that we have, that works really, really well. Don't know if I want to go ahead and strip these pillars. It's in a little bit better with the rest of the gateway, but I do like the different color of the unstripped warp stems on here with the vines going up. I think that looks really nice as well. I guess let me know down in the comments which you like better. I think I'm going to leave 3 of them unstripped for now because it's easier to take the bark off as opposed to replacing the entire pillar. So I guess that will do for the gate here in this little wall section for now. Now we still have this wall over here. I'm still kind of figuring out where I want to put that. Somewhere right over here or so is where the effect starts going down. No. Oh, okay. Apparently we can get all the way out to here. So I'm thinking probably somewhere about here. This looks like it's a very good section right through here. We could do the wall. And probably right in here we'll do another gate, which means we need to go and get our prismarine roads marked out and everything else. So I think that's one thing that we're gonna do before we get into that. I think we'll have one road coming off of here. This looks to be almost a straight path. So we'll just kind of move this over a little bit, kind of wind it over there. Something like that, I think. And then this we can just put on top here. Probably gonna have to dig some of that into the ground anyway. Ow, high ground. But that will just connect our gate up to the paths through here, which will be very, very nice. Now, the other thing I think we're going to do is we're going to drag this path here off a ways a bit and wrap a path all the way through here. Don't want to go too far through there right now because we've got the skulk growing, but that'll go over there. We'll wrap this around, bring that to the gate, and connect that back up to over here. Probably about here-ish. I think that'll work. But we need to go play around with that and figure out how that's all going to connect up, what we're putting where we're going to put some more houses and everything else, and just kind of work on getting this area a little bit more set up. I think for today, that is going to be it. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of what is going on down here in this little bay area, as well as the progress that we have going on up here on the Fairy Forest Island. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.